Hi, beautiful Scorpios. I'm Sunny, and this is a general collective extended message. We're picking up on a read I did on my other channel, which is linked in the script below. If you're coming from over there, welcome, welcome. We're just going to see collectively for our Scorpios, January 1st to the 10th, 2025. For our beautiful Scorpios, what is going on for the highest good for our beautiful Scorpios? Let's see. All right, so let me just say somebody definitely felt they want to hold on to their position and look at their options before they decide to engage, because it really feels like somebody did have a lot of opportunities to consider before they commit to something. Okay, so it feels like with your fixed energy, somebody know a decision had to be made before you stepped into a new phase. Something had to be left behind. More Scorpio energy, Aries too, but it shows that somebody knows exactly what they needed to do, and just it feels like just didn't take the initiative because of it. Just feels like somebody wanted to be sure what they wanted to do before going forward. See, this feels like an energy of someone who's not accepting an offer or giving one. Because once you do, you're all in. Yeah, Taurus energy, but you want to make sure you have the same agenda. The process of somebody looking at the options, I do feel like your day-to-day, whoever this was, it feel like it wasn't in its happiest place. So this is why somebody feel like they have to make a decision sooner than later. Like something has to be done. Yeah, somebody realized they should take the initiative towards something that they feel passionate about, instead of accepting something or offering something that it just feels it's not fulfilling. More fixed energy. This is your energy again. Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo's here too. Just feels like somebody feels like they're getting a rough end of the stick just because of someone's beliefs. I do feel like somebody have guarded energy from betrayal in the past, which happens to, a lot of people. But it shows that someone's trying to get through this to move forward in a way that it just feel like the day-to-day is better. A smile is on someone's face, because it just feels like someone's not motivated or feel inspired, or things is not going well, because again, even though somebody could have the same ideas, it feels like getting to that place has been draining, or it feels like, I don't know, for somebody to be on the same page, it just feels like they're not taking into consideration something very important about, it feels like who you are. It just feels like somebody feels taken for granted, spread too thin. Some type of energy as if, like if they don't do something, they're going to lose this untold story, that these unlimited opportunities they know is out there, but it's just this apprehension that comes from doubt. But again, it feels like somebody's taken for granted to the point it F with their confidence. Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries. Yeah, it feels like this person did not give to this connection to deserve so much consideration. Or somebody here is feeling the effects and not putting in the energy or the time when it was aligned. Yeah, somebody chose options instead of just really good dynamic. Yeah, somebody was juggled, so this is why, again, the offer is not being accepted. Somebody's being extremely honest with the fact that there's a lot of resistance within to get somebody on their path. Somebody definitely was holding on to what happened to them before, been through a lot, but it really feels like it was clear that when it comes up to what somebody decides to do, it feels like somebody stayed longer in the pain of the past than pushing towards these new opportunities, and now it feels like there's regret, but not really knowing how to go about it. I don't know. We'll see what else comes through. Are you still eating things that you don't need? Are you give me this. Stop this. This is why you stay out of trouble. Don't eat this when you're just sitting. Have a seat. Oh. What was that? What are you doing? Leave her alone, Papas. Okay, let's get advice and outcome for Scorpio. Advice and outcome for our Scorpios. Well, the beautiful thing is that going forward, you're not trying to stay locked in something toxic, stagnant, obsessive, addictive. It feels like you're reconsidering something because it didn't have what you thought it did. Somebody thought a connection was the worst thing that could happen to them when they started to see that that wasn't the angle of the connection at all. Like somebody was prior stuck in their own or another karmic trauma bond and was seeing that they tried to avoid one. But you still eating those? How did you get this? Oh my word. I love the fact that because somebody no longer have the hold of this addictive, toxic devil, whatever this is, there's protection, there's someone here that forgives themselves, is forgiven just because they start to see. It just feels like just letting go was the best thing that someone could do, even of the past, even of the anger. It just feels like somebody's reconsidering something from a different point of view, and it has to do with how you perceive things on the outside looking in. Because it really feels like some of you feel free, guilt-free for the first time in a long time. OMG. I do see a connection here. And somebody realized what the problem was, and this is why it feels like someone's come to terms to really respect a connection going forward, because they see, like, dang, you know, somebody's like, dang, I kid you not, the barriers that somebody put in made it dang near impossible for someone to get through. And it just feels like it's an awareness that the love was genuine, that somebody had good intentions, and this is why somebody's reconsidering a connection. Yeah, because now it's clarity. It's like, OMG, I do see that this person really genuinely cared. I do see an end and stepping into a new phase, and I really feel like this has to do with someone stagnant ways, feeling like OMG, just the worst case scenario was possible, and more or less starting to see OMG, my happiness, goals, and the things that you always thought, your wish fulfillment, somebody's starting to see like in a different way as being obtainable. Now, what I also see is the patience of somebody here believing that that's what you genuinely want. Like somebody might be reconsidering connection, and then a person is like on to something else. And I'm not talking about just a relationship. I'm just saying in a place that the right person, wrong time. And I see an acceptance of somebody saying to themselves, you know what, out of respect, there's no way that I want somebody to settle or martyr themselves the way that I did. It's like somebody's having this acknowledgement of, when it comes up to love, so nobody's supposed to have this type of patience to sit there and, as they would say, be this ride or die, because it just feels like true love or wouldn't require that. Cancer, Pisces, Sagittarius, Scorpio. I really feel all signs is here. But it really feels like knowing that you can't engage with this type of energy anymore, you deciding which route to go, that's way more beneficial. And for some of you, again, it's trying to amend connections that you feel like, you know what, I did something wrong, let me make it right going forward. But it also shows, too, that even doing this is because of you wanting to. It's not to be back with someone here. It's more or less just to make it clear for some. I like this for you. I do see someone here looking at their happiness in the long term, taking accountability, and also saying to themselves, ain't nothing being done unless you allow it when it come up to connection and free will and choices here. It's not you doing something for the sake of somebody else. Come over here and sit down. Scorpio, let me just say, usually when it comes down to your reads, and this one wasn't the easiest one to do, but usually it's way more difficult to read because not only your intuition, but your privacy. But it definitely shows when it comes to a connection, you're adamant about having your wish fulfillment. I do feel that you see that it's only right that you should feel as transparent and free as you want your person to feel in a connection. But yeah, it just feels like there's a lot being unsaid that kept things stagnant. Stop it. Stop doing that. So you have to go. Yeah, somebody was extremely selfish, and this is why the connection didn't grow. Somebody felt they had to look out for themselves like a survival tactic. And now somebody's reconsidering because this untold story could have been somebody stopped it before it even started. Gold digger. They want your money being used. Fire sign. Let me just say too, with the devil in reverse, there was a codependency. There was an obsession, addiction, something going on. Because this is like, every time somebody did return, you can tell because they wanted something. See a commitment coming up. I do see somebody moving, changing their residence. And also, too, it shows that maybe now is not the time to make a move, but to give it time to see it for what it is, because something's going to reveal itself pretty soon as far as whether or not somebody truly wants to be single on a commitment only when it benefits them. And it also shows, too, somebody plays for the team that suits them. Take that, in every way possible. It's just like majority rules, whatever. again, works for them at that time is somebody's go-to. That's what I see. Much love and light. Later.